Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Red light, green light. Governor Whitmer isn't ready to lift her stay-at-home order, though she is clearing some key industries to start getting back to work. Major new developments over just the past few hours this afternoon, bringing major changes to Michigan's COVID-19 policy.
First, a couple of important numbers. The state is reporting nearly 600 new cases of the virus and 93 new deaths. Governor Whitmer is extending her stay home, stay safe order to May 28th. It was previously set to expire next week.
However, she is giving the green light for manufacturers to restart operations this coming Monday, though with major new safety measures in place. For more on that, we bring in business editor Rob Maloney, who was there for the governor's briefing today. And Rob, the governor specifically mentioned the big three automakers in her announcement.
Right, that comes later, Devin. You have to have the suppliers open first, the tool and die shops and the like. They open on Monday. And on the 18th, the big auto companies, then they get to work in earnest. And it's a situation where when you go back to work, it is not going to be like it was back in February.
It's crucial for our businesses to do everything they can to stay clean. Facilities that open under this executive order should disinfect high-touch surfaces, paying special attention to parts, products, and shared equipment, and shut areas of the manufacturing facility for cleaning as necessary.
Here are just some of the workplace safety requirements the state's going to insist on. Before even entering, you'll have to have intake procedures, all employees' temperatures taken, keeping symptom diaries, and need access to rapid diagnostic testing. Social distancing will remain the new normal. Remote work still in place whenever possible. Physical barriers between workstations. There should be meeting size limits as well. And there are other things that we've become used to now. Masks, gloves, face shields, especially in close quarters, and frequent disinfecting and contact tracing required.
Every one of us has to play our part to get this right, so employees and customers alike can have the confidence that they will be safe, so we prevent spread and don't have to dial back.
And so Mother's Day is this coming weekend. The governor said, well, it's probably best to Zoom or phone call. She's thinking getting together is probably not the best answer. She's calling the new program Safer at Home. She's also saying that for the 75% of the economy that's sitting at home right now, sit tight. It's going to be a while. Reporting live in Lansing, Rod Maloney.
All right, Rod.
A 68-year-old Romulus mother of 3, grandmother of 8, and great-grandmother of 4 is the first person to get a heart transplant at Henry Ford during this coronavirus pandemic. Sean Lay has more with this grateful patient. And Sean, this means she can come home for Mother's Day weekend.
Let's talk about that, and let's all pause and really pay attention to this story because it really is important here. Her name is Donna. Karen, you mentioned she's 68, and 13 days ago, she had heart transplant surgery from an amazing team at Henry Ford Hospital. And you're right, she's doing so well right now. Her doctor said late today she may be well enough to go home for Mother's Day.
I was very, very sick, and I think I gave up.
From her hospital bed at Henry Ford Hospital, Donna Arm is not going to hold back the tears. Her life has been saved. Her daughter's elated.
I wish I could be there for you.
In fact, Donna might be home to celebrate Mother's Day after becoming the first heart transplant patient at Henry Ford Hospital in the age of COVID-19. Days ago, doctors say Donna's heart was operating at just 10% and she just had hours to live. The Henry Ford team said they had to act. The next day, a heart became available.
When I got a heart that quick, it was just a miracle.
A miracle, but with an astounding amount of planning by the doctors at Henry Ford. They knew they could not allow the virus to get near this process.
The hit was very hard. It became an epicenter of COVID disease. The impact of COVID was very significant. So we always started thinking, what is the safest approach to maintaining organ donation and transplantation?
Donna's transplant giving hope to others waiting for the gift of life.
We've opened up for business, we opened up for transplant. We feel for our patients who are on the waiting list for transplant, and we want to make it happen, and it's working very well.
I'm so happy I did it because I had so much to look forward to, and in this time that I needed you, You guys were all here, and I appreciate it very much.
You can just feel the emotion coming through the screen there from Donna. Simply phenomenal. And she is showing through her courage to say yes to this transplant, and with her amazing team at Henry Ford, that organ transplants can now resume in the age of COVID-19. But one thing about that, listen, the number of people signing up to be organ donors cut in half right now, down by 50%, because Secretary of State offices, they're closed. If you're inspired by Donna's story and you want to be an organ donor, you can find the sign-up page. It's on our health page of our website. Click on Detroit.com. We're live tonight. Sean Lane, Local 4.
So glad someone made that decision to be a donor. All right. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it.
With the case numbers trending down and restrictions easing, it might be easy to forget that families do continue to lose loved ones to COVID-19. One local family has been through a particularly tragic week. Our Larry Spruill live with their story. Larry.
Well, Devin, Tassan Knight is normally helping others get through challenges, but he's now facing one of its own. His 3 family members died, 2 of them from COVID-19. Tonight, he's telling us his story.
You know, it's been really tough.
Tassan Knight says getting through the last couple of weeks used every ounce of his energy.
It's an experience I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
He just lost 3 of his family members in just days. His uncle died from natural causes. His aunt and mother, Angela Knight, passed away from COVID-19.
We buried my aunt like Friday, and I think my mom died that Monday. It was rough. It was rough for sure.
And his uncle died that same week.
And he died a day before my mom.
Many knows Tassan Knight for helping youth overcome tough obstacles. He started the mentoring organization called Caught Up, a mentorship program that inspires, molds, and empowers young men to be productive members of society. It's the same morals his mother installed into him. Now he's forced to dig deep inside to overcome his own challenge.
I've always felt like I've had control over everything, like, you know, my emotions, like I've been able to stay strong. And it's like when you lose your mom, it's a different type of feeling.
Knight tells me he has been on an emotional roller coaster watching and hearing people express their frustrations with the current economy, but he's asking people to focus on the bigger picture.
I would definitely want to use caution with the idea of opening up, because the experience of death is unimaginable.
And Knight tells me that this weekend will be difficult for him because Sunday is Mother's Day, and he's now trying to figure out a way to honor his mother on Sunday. We're live in downtown Detroit tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Boy, that is tough. All right, Larry.
With COVID-19 testing ramping up and expanding, more people are being diagnosed at earlier stages. So if you're not sick enough to require hospitalization, what should you consider having in your home to monitor your symptoms? Dr. McGeorge here this evening to share the contents of the home COVID care kit Henry Ford Hospital provides. Doc?
Yeah, Karen, the Henry Ford Health System Innovation Institute came up with the idea for this home care kit fairly early in the outbreak, when it was clear that many people could avoid hospitalization if they just had a couple extra things at home. And they are things that you can get yourself. The home COVID care kit has starter supplies that anyone with COVID-19 can use, even if you have minimal symptoms. The first step to caring for COVID-19 is keeping your germs to yourself. That's why there are masks to wear. Masks are important for everyone to use, but especially if you know you're infected. Now, if you don't already have a thermometer, there is one in the kit. COVID-19 routinely causes a fever, and checking it twice a day is an important step to self-monitoring. If it's consistently going higher, that could signal a complication like an additional infection or simply worsening COVID-19. If you have fevers over 103, you should call your doctor. Now, another thing in the box is some Gatorade. Now, you're clearly going to need more than this one bottle, but it provides an important reminder that the high fevers lead to dehydration and you must drink fluids. The next item, a home pulse oximeter, painlessly measures both your pulse rate and the amount of oxygen your body has. Your oxygen saturation, or SpO2 number on the monitor, should be in the upper 90% range. If it's consistently in the lower 90s, you should call your doctor. Now, probably the most important thing in the box is very low tech. It's this log sheet for you to keep track of your temperature, pulse, oxygen level, and symptoms twice a day. Knowing when your fever and other symptoms go away is important to determine recovery and when you can come out of isolation. Now, we don't give these out to every patient with COVID-19. We mainly provide them to patients when we have a specific concern for possible worsening. But given the unpredictability of this illness, these are things that everyone should consider getting if they're diagnosed. Back to you.
Hey, Doc, I did see a little bottle of hand sanitizer in there, too. So how important is hand hygiene if you're already infected?
Yeah, you might think it's not necessary because you've already got it, but it's important because it actually helps protect other people by reducing the virus that you might leave on a surface when you touch it. The sanitizer is, frankly, just a really good reminder.
We can always use those reminders. We appreciate it. Thank you, Doc.
Several local restaurants are upset with the food delivery app GrubHub, which they say has been selling their food to customers without their knowledge. They've been fighting to get it stopped and claim they were given the runaround. Evrod Cassimy has reaction from both sides.
M Street Baking Company in Howell is open for takeout during the pandemic. Like many restaurants, they were approached to join GrubHub for food delivery, but declined.
We found out that they were sending people in pretending to just be regular customers, but actually working for GrubHub and delivering our stuff without our knowledge.
And M Street isn't the only restaurant. Gianopolis Barbecue in Brighton has found their restaurant listed for food delivery on GrubHub as well, but they never signed up either. Both owners had trouble getting taken off the service.
It took me 3 attempts to get through to them to begin with. And when I did contact them, they said that they could not do anything about it.
It took M Street Baking Company 2 hours on the phone, but they were finally able to get their restaurant removed from GrubHub. And after we contacted the delivery service app, Gianopolis Barbecue was then removed the same day, just 2 days ago. No questions asked. While many restaurants offer food delivery through GrubHub, M Street and Gianopolis Barbecue do not want to for their own reasons.
They were offering milkshakes. We don't put lids on our milkshakes because they go directly to you. So now it's going into somebody else's car that they could cough on, sneeze on. As a business, if I knew that a second party was handling your food, I would package your products probably differently than if I knew it was going right to you.
They overcharge, they price gouge the customer, and it's the customer is the one who sacrifices.
A GrubHub company spokesperson released a statement that reads in part, "We'll add restaurants to our marketplace when we see local diner demand for delivery so the restaurant can receive more orders and revenue. We believe in partnering with restaurants and have only added non-partnered restaurants to close the restaurant supply gap created by our competitors." The restaurant owners want their customers to know.
A lot of businesses offer their own delivery, and if they do, I would go direct to the business. And if they don't, then GrubHub is great.
Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.
By the way, M Street Baking and Gianopolis Barbecue do offer delivery during quarantine. If you'd like to read GrubHub's entire statement on this, we've posted that as well. That's at clickondetroit.com.
The man behind the toxic green ooze in Madison Heights will serve the rest of his prison sentence from home. Gary Sayers will be released from prison on May 20th due to the coronavirus pandemic. You may remember last December, the green substance was found along I-696 and linked the electroplating services building along 10 Mile Road. Sayers pleaded guilty to storing hazardous waste without a permit. Sayers will be under house arrest.
Hasn't been too bad outside today, but that is about to change for us big time.
Andrew's in for Ben, and you brought the word snowflake back into the forecast, Andrew.
That's right. And it's May. What's all that about? In addition to that, of course, it gets a lot colder. Still holding on to 60s for right now, but how low do temperatures go tonight? And those snowflakes, how many will there be? How long do they stick around? That and your Mother's Day weekend forecast in minutes.
A local motivational company is deciding to give back to the essential workers on the front lines in a very unique way. That story coming right up.